Suicide is the second leading cause of death for ages 10 to 34.
Nearly 20% of high school students report serious thoughts of suicide, and 9% have made an attempt to take their lives.
In St. Louis County, over 5% of middle and high school students attempt suicide every year.
1 in 18 students.
1 in every classroom.
13 per day.
I've had thoughts like this for a long time, probably up until age 10. For a long time, I kept them bottled up inside of me, not knowing why I was feeling like it. And with that pressure on you, it can affect you a lot in ways that a child shouldn't have to deal with.
I think it's very overwhelming for young people because you have so many things coming from all different directions. You have pressure from social media, pressure from people at school and friends. You have your parents, pressures that you put on yourself.
It's amazing to me how many students do think about suicide. I didn't really know that before I worked at CHADS, especially with the things that kids had to go through, COVID, social media, all of those types of things that I didn't experience when I was in school. And it's made me realize how needed these programs are more now than ever.
My son, Tyler, was 20 years old when we lost him to suicide. We didn't know about Tyler's depression until one evening. It was about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. The doorbell rang and there was a policeman who told us that Tyler was in the hospital because he had attempted suicide. We didn't know what he was going through. The only time we found out was when he had attempted suicide and he was already in the emergency room. He just didn't talk about it.
In 2004, my husband and I lost our son, Chad, to suicide. Chad was so embarrassed that he had a mental illness. We, as parents, didn't recognize it like I think we should have recognized it. So that's why it's so important to go into schools to destigmatize it, to have kids comfortable talking about mental health.
We're in a time where we live in a very divisive world in a lot of levels, right? And sometimes we're very quick to judge others. And so when you look at individuals that struggle, they need grace.
There doesn't need to be a reason that you are depressed. It can just be genetic. That can be the reason, it just happens.
I think it's kind of brushed under the rug a lot. Because other people don't open up, they think that what they're feeling is just them and that they're alone. People are too nervous to talk about it, and they just don't want to bring it up.
I do believe firmly that all of us are given gifts. Chad, being one of my children, is one of the greatest gifts that my husband and I have ever received. And I feel called to honor that gift by making this world a better place. And so from Chad's death, we gave birth to CHADS Coalition.
CHADS' mission is to save young lives by advancing the awareness and prevention of depression and suicide. So we have 3 programs at CHADS. The first is our Signs of Suicide program, or SOS, where we have trainers that go into schools and do presentations with students in 5th through 12th grade on the signs of suicide, depression, anxiety, and other topics. The cool thing about this program is that students are able to self-identify during these sessions and speak with a licensed counselor immediately if they need help for themselves or a friend. The other program we have is our Family Support Program, which is made up of licensed clinicians who work with students anywhere from ages 10 to 25 for about 10 to 12 weeks to address depression, anxiety, and suicidal ideation. And then the third program, which I'm a part of, is our Social Emotional Well-Being Program, which is made up of mentors who work one-on-one or in small groups with students to develop their social emotional learning skills. And they're also embedded in area schools, as well as working with students in our South County office and virtually.
CHADS expertise is unmatched. And that expertise revolves around suicide prevention, suicide education, and at the same time, when something does happen, that postvention services, we're there to respond. And we're constantly being called by schools, by community organizations to come out and provide crisis counseling, to be there for individuals when something happens.
My next door neighbor knew Marianne. You know, she was just this person who also had the same experience that we had. Prior to that, I didn't know anyone else. And she was just like this beacon of hope. She was also there to show the parents like us that, yes, you know, there's life after this. You will survive.
I would never wish my story, CHADS' story, on my worst enemy. But I am proud to say that I decided, made a conscious decision along with my husband and I, that through CHADS' story, through our story, that we wanted to make it better for other families. That's been almost 18 years ago. And this organization now is one of the largest and most successful non-for-profits in the state of Missouri. All the children that we have talked to, all the lives that we have saved, and I know that we have saved lives, that I am so incredibly proud of where this organization is today.
Having a support system kind of brings everyone together. Everyone struggles with these things and mental health, and no matter what you go through, it's normal and it's okay to go through that.
Some people have gone so long without getting help and asking for help or having that help available to them that they'll think that I am unable to be helped. I was kind of one of those people until I started being told that the first step of being helped is to admit that you need it. I've come a long way from that. CHADS has really helped me so much.
Just knowing that there's actually an organization out there that is dedicated to the support of mental illness in children, the adolescents, and also as a resource to parents has been wonderful.
I think a big part going forward for CHADS is to make the community aware we're here. Schools know us very well. The education system around the St. Louis region, the metropolitan region here, they know us, they know the quality work that we do. The rest of the public needs to hear about that.
There is more need than what we can provide for. So in order to reach more youth, to help them have that hope and feel like they're not alone and quite literally save lives, we need your donations.
Whether we like it or not, it does cost money to get the help that people need. CHADS needs help to help more kids who are just like me.
CHADS cannot do this alone. They need help. Give from your heart. They need your support. Think of your loved ones. Think of your family.
Money is temporary, but saving a kid's life is forever. This could be your family, your daughter, your sister, your brother.
Tonight, I would like each and every one of you in this room to open your hearts and to open your wallets to support CHADS Coalition and the life-saving work that we do in this community. All of you in this room know someone that struggles with mental health. My goal is that my story will never be your story, but we need more support so that we can continue to do more incredible work in this community. Thank you.